Alright guys, welcome back. So I'm just going to show you an example of board placement. Unfortunately, I can't fit all of these perfectly, just for sheer purposes that the minion cards are larger than what's displayed. But Goldrun is first position, second position is Ironhide, third position is Hydra, fourth position is Rat Pack, fifth position is Scavenging Hyena, and then sixth position is Mama Bear, and seventh position is Baron Rivendare. I mapped them up, unfortunately. Hang on, let me fix it up. My bear should be up here, and Baron Rivendare should be down here. So the reason why I have set up like that, there's some figures that you don't want knocked out, and the ones that are kept at the far right are the ones that won't be attacked first. So how it goes in order, sometimes but not all the times, is position 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. However, unless you've got that taunt shield, then it's not favorable and any minion could randomly be attacked. So be very, very aware that you if you have got a particular setup and you don't want any of your minions knocked out, just make sure you have got a taunt shield in position. I know it can be very difficult mid-game, especially once you get the stronger synergies. You don't really want to be removing certain figures, but it's all about minions, but it's all about finding balance and how you do it. So for example, let's say Goldrun had a taunt shield on it. So we'll take this one as an example. Now, the reason why we need to be so careful with regards to taunting, as we know, we have other minions that will attack it first. Now, we have minions like Cave Hydra, and then we've also got, I will show you another cleaving minion, and this is the one from tier 6, and it's the only other one that cleaves, and it's the Foe Reaper 4000. And just like the Cave Hydra, it will also attack any minions that are next to it on left or right. So if it attacks one that's like only closest towards the left, then it will only attack one minion. So yeah, so cleave is really annoying and just something to be really conscious of. And the reason why, by the time you get up to tier 4 and tier 5 anyways, is that by the time you get to tier 4 and tier 5, is that most of these minions are at their max potential, and if this does get cleaved, you know that summon a 5x5 Ironhide an Ironhide Runt. You're not going to really matter too much if one of those spawn. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Ironhide Direhorn works much the same like what was the one? The robot one. I've just completely lost thought of it. It's in tier 4 and it is the Security Rover. And I believe, someone correct me if I am wrong, I believe it works very much the same as the Security Rover. That every time it gets attacked, it will bring out it will summon another Ironhide Runt. But I don't play Beast as strongly as I have with Murlocs. So I could be very wrong. So if someone does know, please just let me know in the comments below. I would really appreciate it because I love to learn as much as you guys. Continuing on, so yeah, if that gets cleaved, then I'm not too fast. Now this Cave Hydra, on the other hand, I want to give it the full chance it needs to do, and I'm going to keep it in third position so it does not get affected by being cleaved. And then the Rat Pack, I have kept that right in the middle because let's just say it got a bit crazy in the opening positions. and that, let's say the Ironhide took like a lot of damage and it only spawned maybe one Ironhide rund, I want to make sure that my Rat Pack has as much potential as it possibly can to fill the board. And in saying that, this Mama Bear here, this little beauty, will give this +4 to all the Rat Packs. And then as it is, with this being with Goldrun being also a death rattle, it will give the beast 4+4 as well. So you can immediately tell that that beast can get very lethal very quickly. So just be very careful where if you're not the one with this team, but be very aware going against it. And the only way you can really beat it is with poison sometimes, but even then, not always. And then Baron Rivendare will double your spawns. So your Ironhide Direhorn will spawn 2 Ironhide runs instead of 1, and your Rat Packs will always fill the board essentially. And if you had I think this one, yeah. So even then, if this gets tripled, your Death Rattle synergy from Goldrun, let me just remove that taunt shield so I can read it. Even then, it will be 8+8, I believe, due to the double of that is triggered from Baron. Now, Baron, you want to keep that in the very last position because that one is super precious and it really helps. And Mama Bear is just as important as the others. And if these start going, then you're going to have really bad holes, and unfortunately your RNG may not be favorable for that game, and hopefully you can recover for the next. And it's all a matter of just trying different synergies and trying different things in order for it to work. And if you're starting to struggle by mid-game, you know that you're probably not going to make it to be in the top 4, but that's okay, and that's when you go back and try again. As not everything is going to work the first round or even the first game that you play, and it's a matter of trial and error. And I thought I'd showcase this because I've had some really awesome gameplay with this deck setup. It doesn't happen all the time, but when it does, it's just bellissimo. It works so well, and 8 times out of 10, I will win that duel unless synergy or RNG is not in my favor and the synergy fails, because certain I know that Goldrun's going to definitely be knocked out if it's taunted, but if Rivendare and Mama Bear get knocked out first, well, that's pretty much my game gone. And these things do happen, and that's just how it works. And it's just a matter of being able to recover and find out what happens. And if it doesn't, replace Cave Hydra with something else, or replace Ironhide Direhorn with something else as well. And this is the thing, it's just a matter of trial and error, finding different things that work. Even Gas Coiler would work very well in this team. If you find that Cave Hydra is just getting completely demolished, I would put in a Gas Coiler in place of that, but it depends on the strength and where you are. If you're about a 3 to 4k player, then you'll find that Cave Hydra be okay, but if you're past 4k, you will find that, sometimes your opponents will outsmart that and will start using poison, and then, your Cave Hydra don't stand much of a chance. But stuff that have Death Rattles do have longevity to it, because the minions that it spawns will keep going and going and going. Because sometimes it can be spawns within spawns, which is just a whole heap of other thing in itself. So, another good example is like, I'll just show you this one randomly. Like you've got from tier 1, although this is probably more like mid-game strategy, but you could even use like Selfless Hero if you're just like starting out and you really need to protect your minions. If you've got a triple of that along with Khadgar, as I was showing you earlier, that is a tier 3, and those two, just like for the beginning, just like really budget options of how to protect your minions, especially if you're building up and you're really struggling on getting up to where it needs to be end game. And this is more of a mid game to end game. This doesn't come until tier 5, and the reason why you know when it's coming mid game is not the amount of times you have upgraded your tavern, but by the amount of opponents that have been knocked out. And you know it's mid-game once you start reaching the top 4 and top 5 positions, and it's end game when you're in the top 4. So yeah, it's just all a matter of practice, guys, and doing what you can. I will also leave a comment in the description below. We have a Facebook group for Hearthstone Battlegrounds, as well as a Discord group as well, and these are just absolutely amazing to communicate with others, especially if you want clarification, and I'll be arming the group as well. We had Rocket Rob Gaming, who started the Discord group, and then I started the Facebook group, and yeah, it's been really awesome, guys, and it's coming along slowly, but we're getting there, and we do have some dedicated players, and we would love to expand our community, so feel free to join along if you would like. But as I say, just everything is my own opinion and from what I've learned this far, but of course I'm always learning, and sometimes the way I position things or the way that I am playing may be incorrect, but I do understand enough to appreciate the concept that there are some things that you just always keep towards the right, and always remember the opposition is attacking left to right, although RNG could depict otherwise, but unless it's taunted, but most times it's from left to right, not right to left. Alright guys, this is your bubbly host, H2O Queen, over and out. Peace, love, light, enjoy the rest of your day. I really hope this helps, guys. Thank you very much for listening, and all the best.